Coming up in today's video, guys, we've got a first time wax removal. We've got a super nervous patient, and we've got very similar consistencies of wax. My name is Taylor Green. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates, and all three of these patients in this video are actually mine. So that's a first. Now, this first patient was the super nervous patient. Never had it done before. Has recently been finding, his hearing is starting to continuously sort of block up. He did tell me that because of his worry about having this done, he's just kind of left it and basically wanted to see if it cleared itself. And it eventually started to get to this point where it's blocking more often. So standard size Zollner tube here, which is our larger of the suction tubes. We've got this big piece of wax come away, and we can already see down to the eardrum. The patient actually said as soon as that cleared, massive difference, could hear so much better. But once I actually finished that ear, and the patient said, "Oh, is it coming out?" And I said, "Yeah, it's done." And he's like, "Really?" So yeah, I was very surprised how quick we managed to get that one away. Now this ear, completely different consistency this side. It is absolutely solid, this wax. There's no give whatsoever in this with the suction. So I said to the patient, look, you're going to feel a slightly different sensation here now. There's no noise. We've got a little gap at the top of this wax. So I'm going to go in with a manual tool here instead, and I'm going to try and basically roll this away. So I've got the rye hook, which is really good actually at taking this type of wax away. I'm just kind of breaking this little piece in the center. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just nip into that little gap, get the hook into the wax, but I'm trying to just pull gently to start getting that to peel away. Because obviously I want to try and keep this as comfortable as possible for the patient, with it being his very first time having it done. Now you'll see in a second, I'll start to get a nice little grip here, and you'll see there's a bit of movement already. Here we go, that back section starting to pull forwards as well now. Now this patient has used, I believe it was cotton buds historically to try and clear his ears, which I think is some of the fibres you can see towards the back end of this. There we go. You can see just the sort of pressure I'm having to put on to roll this out. And there we go. There's all those fibres you can see there. Look, just to the left-hand side, there's a bit of a mixture of fibres, cotton fibres and hair. And yeah, all nice and clear there. So again, patient feeling so much better. And, we've completely put the patient at ease as well, because he couldn't believe how simple the sort of process was. It's a massive deal for some people. They get really nervous, not having it done before and don't know what to expect. It's kind of the fear of the unknown, I think. I did kind of laugh along with the patient, to be honest, because he came in, he took his coat off, and he was covered in tattoos, two sleeves, both sides. And I said, look, if you can sit through hours and hours of tattooing with needles going through your body, this is going to be a walk in the park. And do you know what? Afterwards, he said, I'm going to have no problem at all coming back to have this done. So, yeah, regular follow-ups we always recommend to our patients. Once a year is a good recall sort of period to get your wax checked if it's if you regularly build your wax up. But then again, we do see a lot of people every 3 and 6 months as well. So, it's different for everybody. Now, we got a very kind of similar consistency of wax here. Very kind of, it's a difficult one to explain. You've got this kind of skin that's around this plug. So this is all the sort of lighter material, the lighter color material we're taking away here. Got this stretchy kind of skin. There we go. I'm just trying to peel, just trying to get a little bit more space inside this ear canal. So I'm trying to create that little gap just towards the top there where the suction tube is. If that breaks away, it's going to give us a little bit more space to potentially go in with a manual tool. Here we go. It's almost kind of rolling forwards, look. Just hold that grip. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. I wasn't sure at this point whether it was going to bring the whole thing or whether it was going to break away, but we've broken that top section away. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a little bit more space in there now. So I think I'm going to try and detach this from the left-hand side of the ear canal now, because this big plug of wax here now, this is basically stuck to the rest of the ear canal. So you can see me kind of pulling from the left to right. There we are, that's just managed to detach itself now. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a wiggle. I'm listening for the suction as well here, because these hairs are obviously getting in the way of our view. So we're going to hold that suction, give it gentle little wiggles, which is going to start working it out of the ear canal quite nicely. Here it comes. Excellent. A lot of hair you can see kind of mixed into this as well. There we go. This is the deeper section. There shouldn't be much more here. I remember saying to the patient, I was like, it's still coming, it's still coming. Oh, it's always a very tricky consistency when you get lots of hair mixed in. I know you're probably, fed up with us kind of saying, the same thing over again, but when you get loads of hair mixed into the wax, it almost acts like a layer of mesh, and it stops us getting a really good suction grip. But we've managed to take that away there, and you can see we've got a nice clear ear canal, but the ear canal, you can see the eardrum kind of looks a little bit odd, a little bit strange. So what this patient has basically got is middle ear effusion, or glue ear is the more common term for it. The patient kind of mentioned as I removed the wax, he still couldn't hear quite clearly out of this side, and that's basically what you can see here. You can see the eardrum is all sucking inwards. Instead of one little reflex, light reflex, we've got several on different parts of the eardrum, and that is very, very common, commonly associated with glue ear. So we've got about just over 2 centimeters, I think that was there, and I missed the inches, I do apologize. And this is the last patient. So this is, I believe this was the first time wax removal. This was the first visit. Now I've got the standard size on the tube again. I'm trying to bunch up as much of that wax into the tube as possible and give this a gentle little wiggle. Oh, you can see all of these wax, all of this wax in all 3 patients has been very, very similar. Like lots of hair mixed in amongst it, like relatively small ear canals. There we go, working its way out quite nicely. Don't forget guys, I'm going to squeeze this in now. If you do like wax removal videos and you're enjoying our videos so far, give us a like, share the page. It really does help us grow as a page, and we can give you more videos. Where you can see the eardrum is already visible in the background here now. So the patient is already hearing better at this point, but we've got to clear obviously these last little bits. It is normal to have some wax in your ears. So, it does help, it does serve a purpose in the ear, so it does help to fight off infection. It stops things like, the hair, stops things like bugs, dirt, dust, sand, it stops to help all those bits get inside the ear by sticking it to the wax. And then obviously your skin grows from the eardrum, grows outwards, and that's what tries to naturally push all that debris back out of your ear canal. So very, very similar consistency here now on this side. We had a nice look in the eardrum on the other ear. So same process, standard size on the tube, gripping from the bottom to try and lift this, because I could already see there was a little tiny gap at the top. I've got a little bit of oil that's just smeared onto the camera, but I have got a good grip, so I don't want to lose my grip. Doesn't seem to be moving quite as nice as the... I'm sorry guys, the camera died just before I was finishing the recording. So we're just right at the end of this wax removal here now. So I've got the standard tube again. We're just going to give this a little wiggle and it should pop straight out. There we go. And yeah, ear canal looking lovely. I can't believe that just happened. So we've got 2 centimeters worth of earwax there. So yeah, all happy patient and hearing much better. So yeah, guys, if I haven't already said this, if you like the videos, give us a heart, share, follow, subscribe. We appreciate every single one of you. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye everyone.